Hello everyone, my name is Asosa and welcome back to the second lesson in my Spigot plugin coding series. In today's video, we will be covering the basics of a Spigot plugin. So if you don't already have it open, go ahead and open up Eclipse, which we installed in the last lesson. I will be setting my workspace to a new folder. If you're unsure where to put this, just make a folder in your documents for Spigot plugins or something, and set that here. You can just click the browse button. Just click OK and wait for it to start up. Okay, now that it has started up, you will see this. It is oddly in the wrong theme, so if you see something like this, just click this top right button right here and click on Java and click OK, and it should take you to this perspective, which looks better. I'm going to quickly set my theme to the dark theme. You don't have to do this, I just prefer it. Okay, so this is what Eclipse looks like. So to make your first plugin, just right-click in the Package Explorer over here, go to New, and then Java Project. I'll just call it my first plugin. You can name it whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Now that we have it, we'll need to do a few things. First, right-click on the Java project, right here, click on Properties, go to Java Build Path, click on the Libraries tab, and click Add External Jars. Now you will need to go to the folder you made in the last lesson, go to Build Tools, and click on the Spigot jar, and click Open. That will just allow our code to interface with Spigot's functions and stuff. I'm going to go to Java Code Style and Formatter and import my personal code style. If you don't have a personal code style, you can just leave that and it'll be the standard code style. Now you'll want to click OK and go back to the Package Explorer. Right click on Source and click New Package. Packages are basically folders. A normal package would look something like that. Each dot separates each file. So if I created this com.asosa.plugin and I opened it up in Windows Explorer, you could see that it's com.asosa.plugin, but there's com folder, then Asosa folder, and then plugin code folder. So that's what that means. You can name these anything you want, but they have to be unique. So if you just put like Spigot dot my first plugin, then if someone also wrote a plugin that had that package and both your plugins were installed on the same server, it would crash the server. So I personally do Asosa.plugins and then the plugin name. If it's too long, I usually abbreviate it, so I'll just write MFP, and that'll create that folder. Again, if you look at that in Windows Explorer, it's just Asosa plugins MFP folders. Now you'll want to right-click on the package, click New, and then Class. A class is basically each class is a file in your package that that you write code in. Usually you call it the name of your plugin, so just my first plugin. So you'll see this. What this is, I'm not gonna go over Java since I assume that you already know Java to an extent. All Java plugins need to extend Java plugin. This is Spigot/Bucket's plugin class that you must extend to create a plugin. If it's showing an error and you're on Eclipse, just hold down Control-Shift-O, and it will automatically import anything that needs to be imported. So now that we have that, there are a few functions we can overwrite. One is on enable. That one will be used pretty often. On disable. And on command. All of these you will see in pretty much every plugin. You don't need to override them, but most of the time you will. If you want to easily create one, say you want to create on enable, just type in on E or whatever and hold Control and then hit space, and that'll bring up the auto suggest box, and just select on enable and hit enter, and it'll automatically write in everything. You don't need the super.onEnable. That's not required. So here we have our basic plugin, and maybe we just want to have it, we can do get server to get the server, and click, or type in get logger, and log, level is like how severe it is, like if it's a warning, or if it's like an error, or if it's just info. I'm just gonna have it as info, and we can type in something like our plugin works, smiley face. Now, if you just compiled this and threw it on your server, it wouldn't work. Another essential part of a Spigot plugin is the plugin YAML. So just right-click on source, click new file. It has to be under the default package, which is source. It cannot be under any other package, as the server will not be able to find the file. And type in plugin.yaml, YML. That opened in Notepad++, but I will open it in the default text editor. The essential parts are your name, or the plugin name, so this would be my first plugin, the author, so Asosa, the version, I'm just going to have this as 1.0, and the main. The main is the main class. So you will want to put your full package that your main class is in, which is asosa.plugins.mfp, and then the name of the main class. So my first plugin. Do not put the .java on there, that will break it. It understands that there should be a .java there. Okay, now that we have all that, it should work. So, what I'm going to do is go over to Spigot. Wait for it to load. Go to the wiki. Click on Spigot. And click, it's probably installation. Yeah. So, this has all the, how you run the server on your, computer for all the operating systems. I will only be covering the Windows. If you're on Mac, just come down here and follow the steps that they give you. But since I'm on Windows, I'm gonna go here. So we already compiled the latest build with build tools in the last lesson. And now we need to actually run the server. So we're gonna copy this, and go over to our server folder, go to build tools, and create. Actually, I'm just going to open Notepad++. Well, actually, I'll show you it in Notepad. So if you just open Notepad, paste in what they had on the wiki, and as you can see right here, it's trying to open spigot.jar, but ours is called spigot-1.8.8.jar. So I'm just going to add that in, and now save it. And we will want to save it in our build tools folder with our jars. And under save as type, click on all files, and then type in whatever you want. I'm gonna say start server, and then you have to put .bat behind it. That stands for batch, which is Windows scripting language. Once you save that, it should appear in your folder, and you'll just want to double click it and it will start up the server. The first time you start it, it'll have to create a lot of folders and files, and it will fail the first time because you have to agree to the EULA. So once it fails, just go back to the folder and find eula.txt. Open that up and change EULA equals false to EULA equals true, and go ahead and save that. Now start up the server again, and it will work this time. It might take a while since it has to generate the world and all the property files and stuff. Okay, now that it's done starting up, we'll see it says done. Now that it's done starting up, we need to compile our plugin. So go back to Eclipse, click on your Java project, right-click it, and hit Export. Now you'll want to click on Java, click on Jar File, click Next. You can ignore all the stuff up here, and right here where it says select the export destination, click on Browse, go over to your server, and find Plugins in the plugin folder, and you'll just want to type in the name of your plugin. So my first plugin, hit enter or save, and you'll see it put the full path in there. Now just click on finish and it will compile. The plugin won't work on your server until you restart or reload the server. So, in this case, I'll just reload it by typing in reload in the console, or if you're in game, you can do /reload if you're an operator. And there it went. So as you can see, it says loading my first plugin, enabling my first plugin, and then you can see where we printed to the console our plugin works smiley face. So that concludes the second lesson in this tutorial series. The next lesson we will be covering things like listeners and commands. See you in the next lesson.